shut up. He's hilarious.
I like your hair today. That's pretty cool.
Shut up.
This
Oh, that was live?
is some remodeling, eh?
My bad.
Change the room up.
Did I? Not really.
The couch there? No. This is Arc Analysis.
This what? We have meetings before this, before you push record, but clearly you're just leaving all this in.
This is Arc Analysis.
This is an Arc Analysis.
This is
Arc Analysis.
Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous.
This is actually called Disney's Darkwing Duck limited series from November 1991, written by John Blair Moore and Len Wein. Len Wein is a comic book treasure. I just want to say that. He created Wolverine. He created Swamp Thing. He's done a lot of work just in...
You know, you can rest your head on just those two characters.
Yeah, I know.
I'm done here. I've done.
Yeah, Len Wein's great. So when I saw him he had writing credits there, I was like, or some like co-writing credits, like, hey, we love Darkwing. I don't know.
No, you can say we. You know.
We okay. I don't like talking for you, but
you do it all the time though.
I do it all the time, and I always.
Why are you shrugging? Myself, this guy's shrugging like you don't do it all the time.
No, I do it all the time, but I do it all the time. But I try and catch myself.
Do it all the time. For what reason? When you're wrong, I'll let you know. But until then,
okay, fair enough. We love Darkwing Duck.
There you go. Don't speak for me, Coke.
I'm done. So I was excited. This has been on the list for a while, and I've been excited to get to it. We finally are to it. I'm tired.
But it's a good phrase. I like it. That's a good.
We finally are to it.
Are to D to it.
It's a 4-issue classic, and it kind of reads like an
episode.
I was gonna say an episode. I was gonna say maybe a 2-part episode. Like there's a bit more to it than just the.
There's a little filler.
Yeah.
But yeah, to stretch it out.
Because they got the whole arc with Gosling too, right? So.
Well, that's why. Like I was reading this and telling you, like this seems like the first couple episodes of the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The show launched September 6, 1991. So clearly we're in the same sort of minefield. Like this would have just been
November 1991.
Yeah. This I assume one was what's it called? The storyboard for the other, and there's like we can put one into print, we can put one into production. Like they're both gonna make money, right? We'll get both people at both spots, and then hopefully they'll cross over. Yeah.
This story is called "The Brawl in the Family," and it's I wonder if it's a play on Death in the Family. Probably is. And it's definitely used as an advertisement for the TV show, because even in the book, like Launchpad's in it, and they don't know each other.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, so this is like year 1 or year 2 Darkwing Duck, right? This is right. The way you think it. But yeah, he's out here.
Nobody knows him yet, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just making a name for himself. And Darkwing, he's out here stopping bad guys and making crazy breakfasts. Well, all he wishes for is he really wants a big bad guy to take down. You know?
Well, what's the point of the breakfast setup? Like to test himself? Or?
Yeah, I think it's just like he wants to be cool, but I like how they bring it back.
Yeah.
Later on, that was cool.
It's a good payoff. It's a good setup, actually.
It is, yeah. It's good writing, right? It's fun. It's a very fun read. I enjoyed this a lot.
It's a smooth read. It's very cute. Again, it just reminds me of the cartoon, which I miss. So reading it, I was like, oh, so easy to get back into this. And like Launchpad got more shine. Like he didn't seem like inept. He actually like saves
the day.
DK's butt a few times. And then they get the DW, my mistake. And then they get the what's the chopper called?
The which one?
The
Darkwing.
He actually builds that in like the 4th episode, or sorry, 4th.
Thunderquack.
I was like, "Whoa, this is definitely a jump ahead of the cartoon series," because I don't think that popped up.
Yeah, the Thunderquack, right?
So I was like, "Good on you, Launchpad."
I like how it's surprisingly funny too. It's not even the story's funny. It's like the throwaway lines in between. Like you got the big boss like Taurus Bulba working at a prison, and but his headquarters is prison.
Yeah.
And he just pretends like he's in there, and then like the guards leave, and he turns it back. That was funny. And there was one part where they fly by the truck driver. The truck driver comes out. He goes, "What do you think? You own the night or something?" And that made me chuckle. I was like,
That, and then like someone has a throwaway line of when like Bulbous breaks out, and he's like, "So you designed your ship to look like a prison? Like,
Yeah.
like why would you do that? Of all the things you make it look." Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of meta. There's a lot of like laughing at. These are what insane like villains of the time would do. They would do something so outlandish, and he's just looking for his big blue laser to to levitate things.
That's all he wants to do. And Darkwing just wants a big bad guy to take down. So
and their stories intersect with Goslin.
That's right.
Wademeyer.
Goslin Wademeyer. That's right. And like we said, he meets Launchpad for the first time as he falls into his hangar. And Taurus Bulba's goons, they steal something from a train, then fly away with a whole car. Like, it's like train heist. Like, this book's got, when you think about it, the book's got a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening. You're like, well, this is kind of a whoosh, but it works for kind of the tone and the style of it. Like, you expect it to move on and move on and move on. And like the giant vulture, that's just like, all right, I have a vulture too. Like, that just makes it, that makes sense with a bunch of goats and Bulbous being a big bull.
Yeah, and then Gosling connects to it because her grandfather is the one who designed the Waddlemeyer Ramrod.
What did you think when you first heard Ramrod?
You know what I thought. I was like, dang, 91 is... They're wild out in 91.
Well, so these guys came first, right? These guys came before Car Ramrod, right?
Mm-hmm.
Car Ramrod. Do you think that's a nod, or do you just think that's a good play on words that
another
writing team had? I'd like to believe that they also like Darkwing Duck and they stole that.
Who doesn't like Darkwing Duck? You ever heard someone be like, nah, I'm not into that? No, man. He's a better detective than Batman.
That is for sure. 100%. He makes the list. But how many people are you actually asking, like, do you like Darkwing Duck?
I'm asking you and the three people that listen to us semi-regularly.
We're up to 4. Hello, Reddit fans. Thank you for joining. Took you a while, but we found you. Please like and subscribe.
But yeah, they're after Goslin's grandfather, or they're after Goslin because her grandfather created the Ramrod, and
they need the code to actually activate it and use it.
Right, she's got the firing codes, I think. There's that grape stain joke that was good. So I'm going off a bit, but the grape stain joke was good.
That was pretty good.
Is that you in the picture? It looks like a grape stain. And that person's ugly. I was like, are you sure it's not a grape stain?
They call it back. There's a lot of callbacks in it. You're right. This kind of plays out like a sitcom. Like it has those type of jokes.
They bring something that's kind of like haha, and then they bring it back funnier. Like later on, it's like oh haha.
Pays attention for you.
It's clever.
Yeah, no, they're fairly clever.
Like I like how the warden in the prison he's a scheduled afternoon gloat over Taurus Bulba. Like.
And then that's when Bobo he's like, I'm out of here, and he doesn't know what to do, right? Like he just breaks out.
Time for my afternoon gloat. I'm just like I love humor like that. It's just like tongue in cheek, like just stupid.
Or they hold the paper up and it says daring train hijack, and it just shows Darkwing from the backside, and you just see his butt. He's like, they didn't even get my best side.
Yeah.
So, there's all these there's like sight gags, and there's like literary rule of threes and all of those. Anyone that's like a comedic fan, they put all those kind of fun tropes in.
How do you feel about Goslin essentially blackmailing Darkwing?
She got to do what she got to do. She's a little orphan, and she's trying to get out that spot. So
I rated it, man. I was like,
she found a winner.
She's like, no, you're keeping me here, or I'm going to tell everybody who you are.
Easy. Listen, why would Darkwing make a shotgun car unless he wanted someone to fit in the shotgun, right?
It's true.
Like if you were truly a solo act, you don't need no sidecar. But he had a sidecar.
I like when the goons eventually come after Darkwing in his tower because he lives on one of the
on a bridge.
Yeah, what would you call those? One of the stanchions, I guess, on the bridge. the goons do. They lure Darkwing out, and the goons come to get her. We're gonna spoil everything because who cares? And she turns on the breakfast machine. And they're like, "Oh my god, she's conducting a war of nutrition." It's like they're just like, because what is it? How does it work? They're like they launch the toast out of the toaster, and then
toaster comes up on springs.
That's it.
The cupboard opens for cereal to get fired out. Something happens with eggs, but the kicker is always the same kicker is you need milk, right? And it's like, and so on the third time she's like, "Where's the milk?" And like that's when it finally hits DW. Drake Malley. There we go.
Drake Malley, yeah.
Sorry to give away his secret identity, but that's who he
is. Yeah, you just did that. You could have lived. You could have blackmailed him, but you didn't.
Listen, you doxed him. You told everyone where he lived. So
that's true. I did tell everyone.
I got to give everybody his real name. You can find him.
I did tell everyone. Yeah, I feel horrible. Yeah, he's going to for Gosling. Launchpad breaks him out of jail and introduces. Launchpad's like the real hero here. He just kind of goes away, like you were saying in the beginning. He goes away for pages, and all of a sudden he's there to save the day.
He's that extra button or the double button that if you need an extra attack in the fighting games, he comes in for the 2.
That's right. Oh yeah, like in those side scroller, the brawlers. Yeah. The car, like in, what was it Streets of Rage, and the cop car comes and he shoots the cannon, just lights the place up.
But I needed that cannon, so
yeah. That's what Launchpad was. Yeah.
And again, they're very easily world building. Like this is the trio that you're really going to be looking for, right? Like Launchpad's the actual sidekick, but he hasn't earned that position yet. And I was going to say Waddlin, Gwendolyn. No, I forgot the name now. Gosling. Kind of takes up the fun of like, oh, I'm just a kid, and like they set the tone of like she's kind of aggressive in the orphanage. She plays hockey. She's always bouncing around, and so she can kind of handle herself, which is a great like kind of character note for her. Like she's not just kind of this helpless little child.
She's feisty.
Yeah. She can hold her own against the goons and Darkwing, right? So
yeah, she's tough.
It's a nice little trio that these guys are building on this side.
Another callback was the lullaby.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Red, blue, green. Like
yeah.
Like yellow, blue, red, blue, purple, yawn. 2 blue, purple, and green, and then yellow.
Yeah. So when Gosling needs to she wants to calm herself down, she sings this lullaby that her grandfather taught her. And when the first time you hear it, it just sounds like nonsense. But then you're kind of like, oh wait, that is the code. She knew the code without even knowing she knew the code, right?
He incepted her. I think that's like another trope too, from a terrible movie with Vin Diesel. I think it's called The Pacifier. He has to do some.
Like, is that how? I've never seen it, but
it's not good. I remember it. I remember that one thing about it. Like he has to remember this nursery rhyme that he teaches the kids in order to like break out of this like laser places to do like a bunny hop and then a roll and the thing. And when Vin Diesel thought he could still get away with like acting, as opposed to like Toretto, I do family. So
well, now he's all about family.
One last time. Hopefully,
they do another one.
They got to do the 10th and then get out of there.
10th?
Yeah. There's been 10 of these.
Jesus Christ.
How old are you, sir? There's been 10 Fast and Furiouses.
I've seen 2. I've seen 1 and 2, and then I was tapped out.
Did you just announce the next thing that we're going to be 6-packing?
God, no. Don't
the worst of the Furies?
Don't make me do it. You know what's cool about this, too, is that the exposition was all told by... or mostly told by Darkwing the whole time. It was just him narrating. So it had a tone to it, right? When they're actually, we're going to take it. He's like, I see the thieves in the night. And so it's exposition, but it's also just him narrating what he's doing. And then because he lives alone for so long, he narrates things on his own. Like, what are you talking to?
He drives off and says, let's get dangerous. It's like, well, who's listening to you? Like, only you're here. So, yeah, I get it. Like, he's coaching himself up. But this would probably be what a vigilante of this caliber would do. Like, Batman would be crazy in real life.
Yeah.
Because he'd have to be trying out these lines to somebody, if not himself.
Yeah, exactly. Who are you practicing them with? You have to like your social, like being a superhero like this, especially a detective. You have to have some at least decent social skills.
You would think, but he also has catchphrases that say, "I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the jailer that swallows the keys."
Yeah. I like how he never gets to really finish exactly what he's trying to say. He starts and then gets interrupted. He's like, no.
That one is like, oh, I hate when I show up early. Like he started his whole stance and nobody was even at the meetup yet. So no, it is fairly funny. I'll give you credit for that.
It's great. It's fun. It's smooth. It actually doesn't. I usually when you read comics, I don't know. Usually, how about this? Sometimes when you read comics from the 80s and 90s, and obviously before that, you're like, yeah, this is a 90s comic. Yeah, this stands up to like this is like a modern day comic. You could just drop the same exact plot today, and it would work.
Are you saying that because you have a definite bias, or we both have a bias for?
We both have a bias. I was actually gonna say that at the top. I was like, we might be biased here because we both love Darkwing, but this comic holds up. It doesn't feel aged. Like when we read those old Avengers comics from like the 80s and stuff.
Oh, those are terrible.
Oh,
can't wait for the next one.
What's the one with the Wonder Man and Wanda?
Oh God!
Like I was like, what year is this? It's like 87. I was like, well, Jesus,
that holds up.
So I mean, yeah, it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it has a plot. It's fun. It's charming. So I don't like. It just works. I had a good time reading this.
The real question is, do you think it will hold up? Because they did the Darkwing Duck, the Duck Knight Returns. There's a comic that came out.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Darkwing Duck. We'll do some more of them.
There's one that like I think like they're trying to copy the whole Frank Miller
Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah. So like it has a similar cover, and I think the story builds that way. So even if it was just a satire, it would be fun to see what they pulled from that.
Yeah, we'll do some more Darkwing Duck.
I think so. That's really what we're getting at. Like we had
because because there are longer runs. This is just limited 4 issues, but there's other ones that are like 12 and more, I believe. So we'll have to get into those.
What would you? 18.
Yeah, there you go, 18. There was actually a good one, I think, in like 2017. I think it was 2017 or something that came out. I could be wrong, but I heard good things. Or it was like, sorry, after this run, there was another run, and then it ended abruptly, and fans were like clamoring for it for years, and they eventually brought it back
in 2021, and that's where you get Darkwing Duck, Justice Ducks. Yeah. Can't wait. I think we found ourselves.
This is the first one. Okay, we can read. We'll do more Darkwing. Absolutely. This was.
You were about to say, I'm going to give this a boom, and I was going to repeat your same sentiment, right? Like,
yep.
We both like this, and they kept writing it for a little bit, so why wouldn't we keep doing more?
Yeah, because we rate these on a good or bad basis, which is boom for good, bah for bad, whoosh for what did I just read?
Yes.
You heard us already?
Boom, boom, boom.
This is great. This is fun. It's light. It's smooth.
Story makes sense.
That's what I mean. I love stories like this that are just that
makes sense in the world that they have created. Let me just say
that. Exactly. It's silly, but you're right. It works. It makes sense in the environment or the universe it's created. And I would definitely read more, and we're going to read more.
It sounds like it.
Boom.
Why?
Oh, I did the salute again.
You never know you do it anymore, right?
No, I don't. This is Coke signing off. Hollywood Coke.
You've gone too mainstream.